Hey, it is a beautiful, muggy Sunday. It's been rainy, but I actually like the rain, but it's warmed up, so it's getting muggy. What is up with October? I want it to go back to the nice, cool time. Anyways, enough about the weather. How are y'all doing? I hope you're doing great. Yesterday was my birthday. Had an excellent birthday. Um, So today I actually have to take care of the adult things that I did not do yesterday. So I'm going grocery shopping. I'm actually at Aldi's. I'll probably post some pictures on Instagram of some of the things that I find in Aldi's, because it's honestly one of my favorite stores and the prices are ridiculously cheap. Seriously, if there's one near you, check it out. I'm not sponsored. I'm just telling y'all, this is a pretty good place. Anyways, today's topic is going to be on how to talk to your family and friends about getting weight loss surgery. I know that this is a daunting topic. It was like really scary for me at first when I started talking to people about it. And what I'll start off with saying is decide who you want to tell. Do you want to tell everyone? Do you want to tell no one? Do you just want to tell a couple people? And you'll have your own reasons for doing that. I decided I'm going to tell whoever because I'm not ashamed. I'm proud of what I'm doing. Judge me, love me, hate me for it. It does not change my life. Because I'm the one that has to live in this body. So if that means, I need to have a surgery to help me become healthier and have that tool, I'm not ashamed of it. I know many people are much more private than I am, so that's not an option for you. And that's fine. I'm not telling you that you're ashamed or anything like that. I'm just telling you what my process or my thought process was. So when you talk to people, know your audience. First and foremost. A lot of people, when you tell that you're going to have bariatric surgery, they're going to be surprised. They might be a little bit scared. Some may be excited for you. You're going to get such a range of different responses, and responses are going to surprise you as far as who they come from. For example, I told my best friend, and she's known me more than half of my life. We've gone through marriages, divorces, kids, deaths in our families. We've been through everything together. So she knows me like a sister would. And pardon my use of foul language here, but this is how we talk to each other. So I told her that I was getting gastric bypass surgery, and she goes, "You lucky bitch." And I started laughing because she's not a big girl. She's not big, but we always think that we are bigger than we are. So anyways, I started laughing, she started laughing, and then we had a conversation about it, and she's been totally like, that's cool. Her main thing was, we go out to breakfast a lot together, and she was like, you're not going to be able to eat when we go out to breakfast now. And I was like, no, I'll still be able to eat. It's just going to be like the fruits and things like that, because we go to this breakfast buffet and they have fruits and they have cottage cheese and applesauce and scrambled eggs. I'll be able to eat those. So it's just going to be different food, but I'll still be able to eat. So not much about our lives will change as far as, us going out every once or 2 weeks for breakfast. I told my mom, and I, honest to God, thought my mom was going to flip out on me and be like, what are you thinking about? Are you crazy? You can't do this. I mean, I really thought that she was going to try to talk me out of it. And I know that I told this story on another video, but when I told her at first, she was silent, and I was like, okay, oh my God, she's being silent. What does that mean? Because my mom is an opinionated person, and she is very blunt. She will tell you exactly what she thinks. So for her not to immediately have a reaction, it was unexpected. And so finally, she wanted to know what my thought process was. We talked about it. I explained to her, the pros and the cons. I explained to her that I knew what the benefits were and what the possible complications were. And, she wanted to know all this information because she had one friend who had I don't know if she had gastric bypass or the sleeve, but I don't want to talk badly about this woman because she wasn't a bad person. She was a good person. But she was an alcoholic. And so I don't know personally, but I've heard stories that, she would get very, very drunk. She would fall off of bar stools and, she would urinate on herself, things like that. And so I don't think that she had any type of counseling or help or anything like that before the surgery. I don't know. I didn't know the woman personally. I met her, but I don't think that she had a healthy lifestyle before or after the surgery. And she ended up passing away maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and that's tragic. That's very sad. And I can't tell you if it was complications from the surgery, if it was alcoholism, if it was something else. I don't know. But my mom was like, well, so-and-so, this person had that surgery and they're dead now. And so I kind of had to break it down to her. Yeah, but that person had this going on and this going on and this going on. I'm not an alcoholic. I enjoy a beer like twice a year. I might have a mixed drink every once in a while. I'm not into drugs or alcohol, and they screen you for that at my doctor's office. They do the blood work, and I'm sure that if a person wanted to get past that screening, they could. But anyways, I just lost my train of thought. I do that a lot. But anyways, my mom, we talked about it, not just that one time, but we talked about it over several months. And, I told her everything that was going on with my journey and, how I felt when I wanted to change doctor's offices and, what I was happy with, what I was excited about, what I was nervous about. In fact, we just talked about it yesterday. And she asked me, because today is the 8th, so yes, today is the 8th. So in 10 days, I'll be getting my surgery. And so, we were talking about how she's going to be the one to take me to the hospital and blah, blah, blah. And she asked me if I was nervous. And I said, no, I'm excited. I said, the only thing that I'm nervous about really is the post-operative pain and the post-operative nausea, because I am a baby when it comes to getting sick. Like, my world is ending if I feel like I'm going to vomit. And I know that that's one of the things that's going to happen after surgery. Hopefully it won't be too bad. I know that they give you Zofran. And I don't know. I'm nervous about that. But anyways, so my mom and my best friend, those were two very positive. The next two I'm going to tell you about, they weren't negative, but I was kind of surprised by one of them I was, one of them I wasn't. Anyways, let me get on with the stories. Another friend of mine, I've known her since 6th or 7th grade, and, we've grown up together, and, she was chubby-ish, I don't think that she was ever, like, obese, but she was pretty chubby. She was not a tiny girl. And after she had her youngest child, which was like 10 or 11 years ago, she lost a lot of weight, and she's done really well with keeping it off. And, she's very into fitness, and she's like my go-to person when I have questions about diet and exercise. And so when I told her about it, she said, "You're not big enough for bariatric surgery." Bless your heart. And yeah, that's a Southern saying, but I mean it as not in a snarky way. It was I think you're probably trying to be nice, but let's face facts here. I'm a fat girl. So I was like, no, I really am. According to my BMI and my weight and my height, I more than qualify for the surgery. Besides that, I have comorbidities, and I explained that to her. And, she listened, and I won't say that she's ever been enthusiastic about it, but she has asked me questions, like, how much longer until your surgery, blah, blah, blah. This is a conversation, the original one we had was probably 8 months ago, because I didn't really start telling people until when I knew that I could schedule the surgery and not have to worry about anything popping up, because like I said, when I had tried to do it previously, I had some family stuff pop up, but that's all been taken care of. So her reaction was, it was nice, but she didn't really seem to get it. And I mean, you guys are only seeing me from, this part up. On my Instagram, I've posted some full body pictures. Well, not even full body, but like from the waist up. I think there's one with me and my daughter and one with me and my son. But I'm a big girl. And yeah, I was kind of surprised when she was like, you're not big enough for bariatric surgery. Well, no, I'm not big enough that you have to cut me out of the side of my house or anything like that. But those are not the only people that get bariatric surgery. That's like the extreme. That's not the norm for people that get bariatric surgery. A lot of us are bigger people, but we're still functional. We still do things. We still work. We still, we're not bedridden or whatever. So I think that a lot of people have misconceptions of what people would qualify for bariatric surgery, because they do see it as a pretty like extreme thing. And sure, it's extreme, but at the same time, making sure there wasn't somebody walking behind me so they didn't hear me talking to myself, which I'm not. I'm talking to you guys. But yeah, so that was a reaction that wasn't expected. Another reaction, and you will probably get this one. I think this is a pretty common reaction. One of my aunts, who I love her to pieces, she's one of my favorite people on this entire planet, but she's a nervous person, and she will tell you herself that she's a nervous person. And so, I brought it up to her one day. We were sitting out on the porch having coffee, but there was a big group of us. And I just kind of, said it to her quietly because I didn't want everyone there to know. And I said, I'm going to be getting bariatric surgery. And she said, oh, no, honey, you don't want to do that. That's dangerous. Oh, no. And another conversation started, and we just kind of, I kind of was like, okay, let's change the topic, because this was an expected response, and I kind of knew that was going to be the response. I'm not going to lie. And the reason that I told her was because she's a worrier, and I didn't want her to see me losing, all this weight and to be worried about my health. So I was like, okay, yeah, let me tell her what's going on. So, she doesn't worry, and, she's not like, oh my God, is she okay? Because that's exactly what her response would have been. And then I think if I told her after the fact, she may have been a little bit hurt that I didn't tell her what was going on, because, we are close. So there's been that. Most people that I've been told are like, oh, okay. And they kind of don't really care. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but they don't make a big deal about it. Another one of my aunts, and she's chill, she's laid back, she is very much like me, I guess. She basically was just like, oh, okay. And then when I saw her yesterday, we went out to lunch for my birthday, a couple of us, and she said, are you still getting that done? And I said, yeah, because I had made mention about how I could only have like a salad and chicken at lunch. And she was like, oh, are you still getting the surgery done? And I said, yeah, I'm on the pre-op diet now, where I have to do high protein and low fat. And she was like, oh, so, you know, she was a little bit interested in the liver shrinking diet. So I explained how that worked. And she said, you know, are you nervous about the loose skin? And I said, yeah, but, you know, I'll tackle that when it comes. If it comes, I mean, granted, I am 40 now, so chances are pretty good that I'll have some. But, and I might have a lot, let's be honest, because of my age. But I'm actually one of the lower BMI candidates, you know, definitely in there, but I'm going into the surgery around 220 pounds. So I won't have as much fat to lose. So, I mean, I can't show you right now, but I have wings. I don't know if maybe you can see them. I have the wings already. So, bring it. How much worse can it get? As long as I look good in clothes, who cares? I say that, but a year from now when I'm making my I have loose skin video, y'all call me on that, okay? Anyways, so my only suggestions when you talk to people about your surgery is be confident in your decision. And I don't want to say not to put up with naysayers, because there are some people that are going to initially be like, oh my God, no way, you can't do that. That's so dangerous. Why would you do that to your body? But know your audience and know how to talk to people and to explain to them, you know, this is what I know, this is what's going on with me. And if you really think that that person just is going to be, I don't want to say toxic, but if they're just not going to be supportive and you know that they're not going to be brought over to your side at all, then just don't talk to them about it. If they bring it up to you, you know, change the topic. Just do what's comfortable for you. Find your support where you need it, how much you need it, how little, you know, you might need. Go online. There's plenty of support avenues online. I love YouTube for the support. Instagram, I love Instagram. There are, I'm trying to think of the name of it. There are a couple different communities. I know there's one on Reddit, and I want to say it's, no, I don't know it for sure. I'm sorry, I would tell you, but I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. Because with Reddit, you either get the really good or the really bad. But there are forums out there where you can talk to other people, and they're incredibly supportive. With those forums, keep in mind, listen to your doctor's advice before you listen to the advice on anyone on a forum or on a YouTube video or on a Reddit thread. Just use those as another tool, not as your standard, because you will hear wrong information on people's videos. Or I don't want to say wrong, because it will be misinformation. Like maybe they think that they're giving you the correct information, and maybe it was information given to them by their doctor because of their specific health reasons. But your number one go-to is your dietitian and your doctor. And everything else is just a source of information and just a way to help you get things out. So with all of that said, I hope that this helps. I know that this is a tricky topic to bring it up to people, whether you should even bring it up to people. I didn't go into the work thing because I'm not telling anyone at work. It's not necessary for me to, and I don't really have a lot of like friendships at work, just not because I don't like the people. I like them, they're lovely, but I'm not in the warehouse long enough for me to really get to know people. You know, I'm in and out of the warehouse and then I'm gone all day long. I'm a courier. I think I've mentioned that in another video. But, you know, you have, with that said, you need to decide, you know, are you going to tell people at work? Are you going to tell neighbors? Are you not going to tell neighbors? You know, these are all things that will, I know, give you some anxiety. But just remember, be confident and be proud of yourself. Please, please be proud of yourself for making this decision. You should be proud of yourself. This is an awesome thing that you're doing for yourself. And with that said, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to go grocery shop, and then I'm going to go home and load up this video and do some laundry. And yeah, that's my Sunday. I hope y'all have a great Sunday. Bye.